Hi, this is Joe Wang here with more tips and examples on how to live a fruitful life. Today I'll be talking about fruitfulness in not stopping, not giving up due to failures. Because a lot of times, sometimes failures, it haunts us, it haunts, each individual. Because the thing is that, failures, first of all, if it's like a terrible experience, a lot of times it causes us to avoid it because we don't want to, get into that kind of trouble again. Or, it could be just so embarrassing that, that we don't want to face it. So today I'll be talking about a situation in which, I did not let failures, overcome me, and instead I try to, learn from my failures and improve. So the thing is that I'll have to admit that I'm not the most strong person. I'm not really, strong and stuff. I'm not really capable of, carrying things that are, really heavy. And the thing was that, sometimes I have to carry certain things in heavy, especially in work, because like I'm like one of the major, restockers. Basically what I do, is that I go around and make sure that, the store, the restaurant runs properly, and whenever I see things that needs to be refilled, I'll just refill. And the thing is that obviously, certain things can be, kind of, heavy, like for example, like, filling up the lemonades, or, filling up, like the tea, and the thing is that for the tea especially, because for the tea, especially Chick-fil-A, we use like a very, we use like a kind of like a hollow tin, container that's, that's kind of relatively light. So basically what that means is that I have to, in order to pour the tea in, I have to carry this big container and pour it. However, I cannot balance the container onto the, the mouth of the tin, the tin container, because it doesn't hold up the weight, and it can cause the tin to, slide and fall, and it would just, cause like a big mess. And that's something that happened a few times, and it came to the point that I just decided that I had to, ask someone to do it for me every time. However, I later on realized that yes, I can ask people for help, but a lot of times, people may be busy with other stuff, and and I cannot just leave, the tea there and do nothing. It's just going to be a waste of space and stuff. I have to learn what's the best way to do it. Just have to overcome my fear. So the thing was that I decided to give it another try and just become very, very, careful. And the thing was that it turned out that I ended up was able to fill it up somewhat. I found out my way of doing it, especially like in the front counter. I realized that I could just, take it down to a lower spot on the counter, and then pour it slowly. And the thing is to keep a balance, and then just figure out the proper way to do it, the proper way that fits my style, that I'll make sure that I won't, like cause the tea to, to spill. And I found out a way to do it, and I overcame it. I overcame the fear. And the whole point about this is that you just have to find your way. Like part of the reason why I feel like the first time I failed, the second time I failed, the third time I failed was because I dwelled onto onto the failures. I dwelled onto my failures, and it dragged me down, and I didn't realize that that there's a way that I can do it. Like I didn't really push myself to learn how to do it the proper way, and the thing is that while I observed, later on I realized that I can't rely on others too much, so therefore I just went to watch how people do it and kind of practice on it, and then just and I found out that I'm actually able to do it. Even though it was a bad experience, I got my foot back on, and and now now I improved, and now I'm able to serve better. So yeah, from this experience I realized that it's really important to overcome failures. Overcome failures instead of dwelling on the fact that I'm gonna I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna mess up so badly, I don't want to do it again. Think about why you fail. Why I failed. Did I for the T, right? Like, did I carry it properly? Should I endure my muscles for a little bit? What should I do? And just realize that life will be so much more fruitful that way. So yeah, this is all I have for today. If you want to know more tips and examples on how to live a fruitful life, please feel free to like and subscribe.